Is this the Parks Board meeting that she was referring to?
It was the meeting after the Parks Board meeting,
Okay.
where it was just kind of a roundtable discussion that Paul Manson had started. It was his idea, and they had 3 of the Park and Rec Board members there, and it escalated into kind of an ugly meeting.
Okay, and in what way did it get ugly?
I wasn't there.
John Wolf, the chairman of the Park and Rec Board, pretty much wants the golf course shut down.
I see.
And he won't cooperate, he won't discuss. He lets us all know that the city of Massillon doesn't want the golf course, nor do they want any of us who live out there. And Paul told him to tone it down several times, and that's why tonight they talked about the code of conduct.
I see. Now, there's 5 members on the Parks?
No, there's only 4 now.
4.
Because Mo Ricketts resigned because they didn't close the golf course down.
Okay.
But his term was up December 31st, so it was no big deal.
This year?
Yeah.
Okay, so they just have 4 members.
Right now, yeah.
So do you have a sense of who shares Wolf's point of view?
It seems like all of them do.
They all do? Okay. Okay, so which puts them at odds with Massillon City Council and with the folks who live out next to the golf course, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And yes, sir, your take on situation.
It seems like the council has the idea of prolonging 27 holes at the golf course. The Park and Rec Board have the opposite idea. They want to shut the golf course down. They seem to be unanimous in that opinion, not just Wolf, but all of them. And I don't see a lot of direction from NIST, who is the Park and Rec Board director. I just don't see that happening with that park.
I see.
So I don't know how you're going to ever cure that if you don't have that.
Does anybody have a sense of whether or not the administration supports the attitude of the Park and Board, Parks and Recreation Board?
We've gotten a letter from the mayor saying she supports us. It's kind of like lip service. We know,
When did you get that letter?
what, about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago? But she ran on a platform of closing the golf course in the primary. The card she sent with Frank and his pockets and that type of thing. Plus, it was her harebrained idea for a water park.
I see. And you're skeptical that she really supports keeping the golf course going as it is?
Yeah, because the golf course was Frank Ciccinelli's, and Johnny Meyer hates Frank Ciccinelli, and Johnny Meyer got Kathy into office, so he had 2 and 2 together to come up with 4.
What do you think about Councilwoman Del Rio Keller's idea of bringing in a full-time manager and see if we can't make a
That's
go
what
of
we
it?
want.
That's what you
We're
want?
not asking for guarantees. We're not asking anybody to guarantee us that the golf course will stay at 8, 27, 18, or stay open. We're just asking for a chance to have a manager and give the golf course a chance. That's all we're asking. We're not asking for guarantees.
Okay. Now, do you have an idea, a rough idea, I know you're not going to have a precise one, of the numbers of people who live in the area of the legend who support the position you articulated?
I would have to say over 90% of us.
Yeah, and is there a kind of a, and I know it's a ballpark range number, but a total number of people that care about this issue who live, I mean, I'm sure all Massillonians do, but who live in that area? We're talking 400 or 500 people?
That's what we figure. We have 102 homes. You have 23.
It's closer to 30.
Oh, you have 30 now? Then there's University that I heard is at 200.
Then you got the condominium.
Then we've got the condominiums down from us.
Okay.
And that's a number of homes, not
I
And
get
that's
it.
homes or condominiums. The apartments not so much because they don't have property values.
Okay.
Listed in them.
And your council person is Shadrack Stinson, correct? And what's his take on all this? What does he tell you?
Guarded, I think would be Shadrack's position. I would think more than anything else.
It's hard to get a position out of it. Guarded is right.
So this is going to be an issue in Ward 4, right?
Oh, it's going to be an issue for
yeah.
a long time. We got involved with this back when they started with the water park, which came out of the blue. And quite honestly, at that last rec meeting that was just a few weeks ago, nothing has been accomplished.
I see.
I've never been, I guess it's been kind of an eye-opener for me, is just how little gets done at a municipal level like this. People can't agree because we're right back where we were when we started talking about the water park and what they wanted to do with the golf course. Nothing has happened, no movement whatsoever. It's a stone wall out there. And it's not because of the people in this city council. If it weren't for them, nothing would be happening at all.
You're talking principally about Councilwoman Del Rio Calario. Yeah, right.
And
She's
Ed Lewis has been very supportive. Paul Manson's been supportive. Really, all of city council.
And no problems there whatsoever.
But
Some more than
Stinson
others.
has not come out full support for your
Like I
position?
say, it's been guarded.
Okay. Non-committal, would that be another word you
I
could?
would say you could probably choose. They're probably interchangeable.
Okay.
But I like Stinson. He's come out. He showed some interest. He attended our homeowners meeting. He's listened. But like I say, his as far as throwing his full support behind us, I know they voted 9-0 to keep the 27. So he had to support that. So let's give him credit for that.
Okay.
But what the thing is with the Parks Board, I mean, we just can't go to these meetings, and we had some of our neighbors put a presentation together outlining all the benefits of keeping the course open and how it impacts the community. And we've had Rick Lindenberger, who's a finance with the Depot. He went out and he did all the numbers. He got the numbers. He laid it out to them and showed them where the profit was and the whole thing. And they just absolutely let it go one ear in one ear and out the other.
You're talking about the Parks and Recreation
Yes, I
Board.
mean, I felt bad for the people. They put that much effort into making a sensible presentation backed up by numbers. To have those 5 gentlemen at that time literally not pay attention to any of it and continue to vote exactly the way that they probably were,
Has to.
asked to.
Anything else you want to share with the Maslin public?
Well, I'd say one thing you can go back in is go back to the Park and Rec Board and get the minutes from the meeting in May.
Yeah, Mayor Jubert,
okay.
where Judge Elam went on a 45-minute rant
And
about
demanded that the golf course be
demanded that
closed.
they close it down.
So you want to get right down to the real nuts and bolts.
So this is another reason why you'd be skeptical about the mayor's letter, because she's very closely
Yes.
politically aligned with Judge Elam, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
But I mean, when you get a private citizen of the city of Maslin that stands up and takes 45 minutes in an open forum where you're only supposed to get 3 and demands from the board that they close that golf course, and like I say, the only thing I can tell you to do is get the minutes of that meeting, publish them.
Okay.
And I think it would open up a lot of things.